Hi there, and welcome back to another edition of Gray Hair and Tattoos. My name is Lonnie, and today we are going to be talking about Doc Martens. Now, we're not going to be talking about them like how to clean them or how to break them in. I'm just going to run down my review of some of the Doc Martens that I have and kind of give you some tips, some tricks, some points. So that way, if you're in the market for a new pair of Doc Marten boots and you just kind of want a review of a particular pair, hopefully this will help you decide your next pair of Doc Martens. So let's just jump right in. So my overall go-to style of Doc Martens for the last couple of years have been the Leona boot. This is the Leona boot. Now the Leona boot has these eyelets right here that are metal, and side note, if you're trying to get through TSA, I have the pre-approval pass to where I don't have to take my shoes off. I have to take my shoes off with these. They don't go through the metal detector very well. So if that's something that you're concerned about, just know if you wear these through the airport, you're gonna have to take your shoes off. But as far as breaking in and wearability, I rate these very high. These are great boots to break in quickly. I've never had any issue or any problems, and I've never had to do any extreme sort of breaking these boots in. They've always been very easy to break in just wearing thick socks and using the Wonder Balm. I can just get a brand new pair, like I said, put on a pair of thick socks and go. No breaking in, period. Now, I wear a size 7. In Doc Martens, I go straight down to a size 6. They are a little snug. I mean, nothing uncomfortable, but they're a little tight when I first get them. After the first couple of times of wearing them, they're broken in, super comfortable. Absolutely love them. Again, this is the Leona boot. They come in a multitude of different colors. I actually have black, brown, I have the suede, I have burgundy, and again, each and every color, super easy to break in. Highly recommend the Leona boot. They have the heel. They are not heavy. I get that question a lot. These boots are not heavy boots. They appear to be heavy, but I don't find them heavy at all. So, love the Leona boot. Easy to break in, no matter what color. Highly, highly recommend. So now, the next boot we're going to talk about are the Jadens. Now, the Jadens, I have heard through all my followers and social media accounts that Jadens apparently are very difficult to break in regardless. I have 2 pairs of the Jaden Boots. I have the white pair, the platform white pair, and then I also have the Hello Kitty Jaden Boots, which I absolutely love, but again, very difficult to break in. I love the style. Now, as you can compare, these have the lug sole also, but where the Leona boot has the heel, this one does not. So again, a little bit of a different style, lug sole, but harder to break in. Now, I am going to give you a trick that I have learned, and I am going to put the episode that I showed you exactly how to do it here. To break in your Jaden boots, I highly recommend using the freezing method, to where you actually put some freezer bags full of water inside of your boots and you freeze them for a couple of days. It's going to stretch the leather and it's going to allow you to have that comfortability in order to be able to wear them and break them in more naturally. So what I would recommend is once you freeze them and you have stretched up and you've kind of just softened that leather enough, again, I would suggest the Wonder Balm, both inside and out, and some thick socks until you have them 100% broken in for your foot. So to recap, Jaden Boots, absolutely love the style, difficult to break in, but again, if you use the freezing method first, you should be absolutely fine with breaking these in and wearing these long term. Now we're going to change things up a little bit. So the next Doc Marten that we're going to talk about are the Oxfords. Now, this one here is just your typical Oxford. little Hello Kitty design. Absolutely love these. They have like little air cushion sole. I had to do the freezing method with these. And I think that the reason I had to do that with these is because they do have the design on the outside, the little Hello Kitty design. And they were just a little bit stiffer than your normal Oxfords. But again, I used the freezing method, used the 2 bags, froze them for a couple of days, put them on, and they're great. Again, once they're broken in, they're perfectly fine. Now, if you don't want to use the freezing method with these, I do believe that you could just use the Wonder Balm and thick pairs of socks, and you will get there eventually. But again, super soft now that I have frozen them. I love the style. I think the Oxfords are super cute. You can wear them with little socks that show. You can wear them with the no-show sock. Almost couldn't say that. But I love the style. As far as breaking in, I'd have to give it, I will give this a 5 out of 10. Not the easiest to break in, not the most difficult. But again, I love them, and that's what matters. Is at the end of the day, once they're broken in, if you love them and you wear them, they're great. So we're going to change it up again even more. So the next one we have here is my slip-on. Now, I absolutely love these. I get comments on these all the time. They unfortunately don't make these anymore, but they do have ones similar to this. Now on this particular one, I am going to do a little side note that the sizing on this one, this was also a man's shoe. One thing about Doc Marten, you can find a man's shoe that's, it's totally universal. It's unisex. You can find a man's shoe and get it in a woman's size. So don't go gender based on any of these boots. Anybody can wear any one of these boots. But these were sized in the men's size, so I had to go down 2 sizes on this one. Now, as far as breaking in, these were actually very comfortable, and they were pretty easy to break in. I didn't do anything different. I didn't do any freezing. I just wore socks and a little bit of the Wonder Balm around the edges, and these broke in really nicely. I've had these for a couple of years. They've held up beautifully. And they are completely broken in just again by using the thick socks and the Wonder Balm. So slip-ons, I absolutely love them. I don't think I would use the freezing method with the slip-ons. And the reason being is because with the Oxfords, you can tighten them, you can adjust them a little bit more than the slip-ons. And I'm just afraid if you use the freezing method and you overstretch them, it might not have the same outcome that you want or you're looking for. So that's just my tip. Just be really careful if you do choose to freeze your slip-ons, that maybe you don't do too much at one time and you kind of gradually do that. So the last pair of boots that we're going to review today are my newest. I've been eyeballing these for a really long time, and I didn't know what the comfortability level was going to be like, so I shied away from it. I absolutely love them, and right there with the Leona boot, these are going to be my top favorite go-to boots. These are the 2976 quads. They are a Chelsea type boot, and absolutely love them. They have been they've been a dream to wear since the first day I got them. All right, I got these and I'm like, oh my gosh, these are so incredibly comfortable. Whereas with the Leona boot, they're a little bit more tighter through here. They're just a little bit more snug, and they have to be broken in and stretched a little bit more along this area of the boot. These quads, this Chelsea type boot is a little bit wider and has been extremely comfortable. I was amazed. I wore it to work the very first day. I have a standing desk, and I stood in these for 9 hours. And when I say I stand, I just don't stand there. I stand, I walk around, I go here. I'm constantly moving, and I have absolutely no complaints. I had no blisters. My feet were not tired. The boot is nice and lightweight. I love the look. Again, my new go-to favorite, I'm sorry, Leona boot, it's going to be these. Again, these are the 2976 quads platform boot, Chelsea style. Love, 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 love. So those are basically, that's the rundown, the reviews of the boots that I have that I've been wearing, that I just wanted to pass that information on to you. So again, as a recap, we have the Leona boot. Super easy to break in. Just wear some thick socks with the Wonder Bomb. You got it, no problem. The Jaden boot, definitely a little bit more of the Wild Child. That's the wild card. That one, I would recommend it. The freezing method, again with Wonder Bomb and thick socks. Once you get them broken in, they're great boots. It's just getting them to that point. But again, there's your alternative. You can do it. The Oxfords. I love the Oxfords, the styles, depending on what color and how heavily dyed the leather is going to be. It can be anywhere from thick socks and Wonder Bomb to having to freeze them. But again, there are alternatives, and I highly recommend the Oxfords. Your slip-on loafers, absolutely love them. They're beautiful. I think it's a great style. I personally, again, would stay away from freezing, but they're great shoes, so you can look into that. And then, of course, there's the 2976 quads, the newest member of my Doc Marten family. Absolutely love that boot. I know it's going to be in my closet, in my wardrobe for years to come. So if you are on the verge of getting a new pair of Doc Martens, I really hope that this information was helpful. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please hit the like button. If you'd like to stick around and figure out what I'm going to talk about next, you can, of course, subscribe. Let's see. If you want to hang out with me on a daily basis, you know, be like, hey, she's pretty cool. I like to see what she's doing daily. You can click on any of the social media links below. I am on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, you name it. You can find me as Gray Herring Tattoos. If you think I'm pretty cool and you like my vibe and you want to hear me talk with my oldest son about life and everything that life has to offer, you can click on the podcast button and just tune in and listen to us talk about just life in general and the ups and the downs. And I think it's a pretty cool project, and I'm very proud of it. So that's it. And always at the end of every episode, I always like to remind you to please tell yourself something positive about yourself, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye.